Today we're taking a look at the i-Blason ArmorBox case for the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. Thanks to i-Blason for sending this case over for us to take a look at. Over the last couple of years, I've evaluated quite a few of the ArmorBox cases, and this case is really designed for people who want ultra protection for their S25 Ultra. It's a real beefy, strong, and very functionally focused case. The ArmorBox case features two interlocking layers made from TPU and TPE materials. The screen side layer is basically a frame with a built-in screen protector that gets installed first. Then you place that assembled front half into the main rear case body. The installation is not too difficult, but I do often see people struggling with it when they haven't used a case like this before. In order to separate them, you just have to peel off that bottom right side, or left side if the case is upside down, like how I normally do it, and then they separate easily. In terms of the protection factors for this case, the front frame has that built-in screen protector. It's a good thickness in my opinion, and it's going to deal with common stuff that's going to come into contact with your S25 Ultra screen very well. Stuff like keys, change, random stuff on a desk, anything like that, it's not going to scratch through. The ArmorBox case also protects the screen in that it forms a bezel on the front side of the screen, which extends up past the height of the glass on the S25 Ultra. This is actually a super important feature for keeping the screen safe because it means that when you drop your phone on a flat surface, something like a tile floor, concrete floor, or sidewalk, or even an asphalt street, when the phone impacts, it'll actually hit the case and not directly on the glass. That's very important. The glass is not going to win in that battle. Having the case make that actual impact with the ground surface will allow the case to absorb and redistribute those impact forces, which should help save the glass. The harder frame that goes into this case is supported by that softer TPU material that essentially locks the frame into place. They really complement each other well, and there's no chance of this case separating or coming apart when you drop your phone. As for the main rear case body, this is a beefy, bulky case, and that's really what I personally prefer. We've got plenty of TPU material here in order to really cradle the S25 Ultra in the case and keep it safe. The structure of the case is quite good. It's relatively rigid and it maintains some of that bounciness, which I think is really key to achieving a good balanced case. The entire bumper of this case, the outer perimeter of all of the material, it's all reinforced well, and it resisted when I pushed and kind of pulled on it to try to see how malleable that material was. I also like that the corners are massively reinforced with extra material. That's definitely what you want to see in a protective case. It is worth mentioning too, though, that the sides of the case, they also have these grippy sections. That's a solid quality of life feature, but it's also really going to help with case protection. The increased grip is going to help you to hold on to that phone better, and you'll end up dropping it less as a result. As for the back surface, it's actually a little smooth. I would like to see them improve on this by adding some textured areas towards the bottom, kind of in the middle. That's really where your hand and your fingers will go to get grip on the back side of the case, but you're still covered by the grippy sections on the side when you're holding it one-handed. This case also supports MagSafe accessories, things like the magnetic rings, car mounts for navigation. I find those to be super useful, so I'm happy to see that. Moving on to the camera protection strategy, we have a very strong locking door to protect those cameras. We do have a standard camera cutout region, and there is a little bit of a built-up bezel surface that'll protect the cameras and the lenses if you drop your phone and that camera door is even open. The door itself has a nice heavy feeling to it, and on the inside of the door it has this really nice felt type material as well. The door is resistant to movement and it does lock shut, so even if the phone goes flying out of your hands, the door is not going to come open. The door is actually so resistive that you can basically use this as a kickstand, which is kind of neat, especially if you want to watch videos at your desk or in the kitchen, for example. As for the wireless charging with the case installed, I was able to get this to charge on my lay-flat standing wireless Qi charger, but since this case is quite thick, you're definitely going to want to make sure that when you rest your phone on a wireless charger, that you've positioned it correctly and it actually starts charging. On some of the older, weaker chargers or ones that aren't lay flat or just have a funky surface to them, you might want to think about upgrading your Qi charger, especially if it's not a newer, faster model. In looking at the USB-C port, we have a durable flap cover here, which is super helpful to keep out dust, debris, and excessive moisture. That's definitely going to help keep the USB port working over the lifetime of the phone. The flap is a little stiff or tough to move at first, but again, you really don't want this to be too loose. It is meant to protect that port. Looking at the S Pen bay, it's a good size. I didn't have any issues removing and reinserting the S Pen. In my opinion, this is definitely one of the top tier choices for protection for the Galaxy S25 Ultra. You're getting a lot of features, functionality, and I really think the value is there. The version that I looked at today is the black version, but you can grab this case in blue, green, and red as well, and personally, I think red looks the best. If you're interested in picking one of these up for your S25 Ultra, I'll leave an affiliate link in the description below, so definitely head down there and check that out. If you got any value out of this video, I'd appreciate it if you could smash that like button, as that tells YouTube to share this video with other S25 Ultra owners who are researching ultra protective cases. Smartphones and mobile tech stuff is basically what I cover here. If you're into that kind of thing, get subscribed to the channel and ring that bell for notifications. Until next time, stay charged up.